Hello guys, girls, and dual types and everyone else. Welcome to this latest video that I'm doing, which is just an off-the-cuff kind of what's my favorite Pokemon. Now, normally that'd be kind of a weak thing to do a video about, but I just found this amazing site with a link in the description where you can pick your favorite of every single type from every single generation, from a lot of other different things. So I thought you guys might find it interesting to see what my different picks are for my favorite Pokemon. I might stumble over my words a bit because I'm much better at scripted videos, but let's just see how things go. So, starting with Gen 1, because I have been around since the beginning. I am an old man. Let's take a look. Normal type. You know, when you look at it like this, there's actually not as many Pokemon. Well, it's like when you look at them in the different types, you realize like how few Pokemon are in each category in that case. Okay, now there's two rules that I'm going to abide by. One is that I can't use the same Pokemon, and that means picture, basically. I can't use the same picture twice in the entire thing, with the exception of the favorites at the end, because you have to pick a favorite from amongst the different rows. But yeah, otherwise anything goes. Oh yeah, and it should also be that it's based on aesthetic or the gimmick. So not based on competitive play, because if we go into competitive play, it's a whole other thing, and I'm not as well versed on competitive play as I am on how things look to me, which most people are pretty much experts on. So I'll try my best to explain why I subjectively like every Pokemon, but yeah, I can't do much else. Alright, so normal types. So let's see, there's a lot of old nostalgic favorites here, apart from this demon over here. Farfetch'd is always fun. I did like Dotrio, always wondered how it flew, until they revealed that they just spun their heads really fast. No, they just kick their legs really fast, and it somehow makes them fly. But yeah, probably easy actually. Snorlax has always just been a real big, chunky, cuddly boy, and everybody loves him. So, fire, Now, I know at the end there's choosing your favorite starter, so I probably don't want to use up Charizard right now. Charmander's pretty cool, but I'd say probably out of all the fire types, I did like Arcanine, and I especially liked how you could ride it, but in later games, or in Heckin' Let's Go, it's one between Arcanine and Ninetales. I really like Ninetales' little foof there. But the Arcanine used to be a legendary, which was pretty awesome. I think Arcanine's kind of weird tail kind of puts it over the edge for me. I think Ninetales is my favorite fire in Gen 1. Okay, favorite water types. Ooh, the Ruby of the Sea. There's a lot of water types in Gen 1, actually. Didn't really think about it that way. Not going to do the one-hit wonder. Gyarados was fine, but that wide open mouth never really did it for me. Blastoise is always amazing. I really love those shoulder cannons. But they've also got Kabutops. Okay. Unless Kabutops is also my favorite rock type, I'd probably go for that one aesthetically, because I just love blades, man. I love bipedal, and I love blades, and I love edgy. It's all three. You can't just... And I also quite like trilobites too, and it's just like a trilobite Reaper Pokemon. It's awesome. It's too bad that it sucks competitively so far, but that's not what this is based on. Grass. Okay. Okay. Bulbasaur is just adorable. I can't not choose Bulbasaur. Although, I actually like Ivysaur a bit better. I think Ivysaur is a little bit cuter. It's got a little bit more of an interesting design. I do love Bulbasaur, but I've always actually quite liked Ivysaur, just a tiny bit better from an aesthetic point of view. I'm sorry for all the Bulbasaur lovers out there, but I also like playing them in Smash as well, so that one just edges it out, because I still like Bulbasaur, dang it. Okay, best electric type. Now, I always really liked that big stylized lightning bolt on Electabuzz's chest. I always felt that was really cool, but I'll have to go for Raichu. I've always really liked Raichu's design more than Pikachu's. I mean, Pikachu's is fine, but that tail, it's just fantastic. And it's also got kind of that stylized lightning bolt similar to Electabuzz's, so yeah, that wins it out. Ice. Now, there's very few ice, I remember that much. Oh, let's see. Best. I know that up ahead there's best legendary, so I'd probably want to choose a legendary here so that I can choose Mewtwo for that one. So yeah, I do like Lapras, but Lapras is cool, but nah, I can't turn down Articuno. Articuno was one of my favorite favorite legendaries growing up. That's just mainly for nostalgia points. Fighting. Okay. I kind of like Machamp, but again, it's just... I don't really like those big gaping mouths. I remember choosing Hitmonlee, but then its moveset was really underwhelming, and I'm not talking about competitive, I just mean they were boring moves, whereas Hitmonchan had all those really cool elemental punches. I'd probably go for Primeape, actually. I just like how he's always angry, and he's just got that really striking design of just being a powder keg of emotion. I'll go for that. Alright, poison type. Okay. A lot of poisons here, although those are dual types. I know that there's hardly any ghost Pokemon, so I'll save Haunter for later. Let me see. Yeah. I am an absolute snake nerd, and Cobras are fantastic. So, and Glare. Glare was amazing. Did you know that Glare was Arbok's exclusive move for a while? I had no idea. And it's, at least to me, it always seemed like it paralyzed way more often, which was great for catching. Okay, ground types. I've always loved ground types just because, I don't know, the idea of... Well, I like earthbending, and I like being able to dig under different things, so... I'd probably... I like the idea of just them kind of burrowing under the ground and coming up, and I also really love that they're immune to electricity. Diglett is cute, but there's another Diglett that's cuter, so I'll probably go for Sandslash. I always loved Sandslash when I was little. Flying. Let's see now. Maybe I should choose the birds. Farfetch'd was always interesting, but they didn't really do it for me. Interesting. I didn't realize a Beedrill wasn't bug flying. Must be bug poison? No, it's just pure bug or something, isn't it? Now, I can't just not choose Scyther for best bug, so I'll choose a different one for best flying. Tricky. I think my favorite of the birds... Okay. It's I like Pidgeot's, long foof as well, but the fact that its tail was so underwhelming when Pidgeotto's tail was so cool, I'd probably go for Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto's probably my second favorite plain bird Pokemon. My first favorite will come up later. Let's see. Okay, Psychic. Now, that would be Mewtwo in a heartbeat if it wasn't for... That'd be Mewtwo in a heartbeat if it wasn't for the favorite legendary having to come up as well. So I'd probably go for... Oh, Psychic. They're tricky. I really liked Kadabra's kind of foxtail. So I'll go for that. And it's I remember in the... It's I always thought that Kadabra's foxtail was super cool in the anime, and then I looked at it... If you notice that Kadabra has a really wimpy little dinky foxtail in the first games, but then they got a much nicer one later on. I like it better than Kadabra. I wish Kadabra kept the tail. Maybe Kadabra got 2 tails. That'd be brilliant. Then we've got the bug types. Scyther. As I said before, as I've said before on Twitter, there are 3 kinds of Pokemon. Well, it's if you want a Pokemon that Suede likes, you basically have to choose 2 out of 3 elements, and that is bipedal, draconic, and bipedal, draconic, and grumpy and/or edgelord. Just basically edgelord, bipedal, draconic. They always got it, and this is edgelord and draconic and bipedal. I mean, it didn't stand a chance. Okay, rock type. I've got Kabutops as a water type, so I guess I could do Onix, because I always loved Onix design and just how unbelievably massive he was. All right, even though they do don't do very well in the shower. Ghost, Haunter, easy. I mean, I like the kind of dark mirror of Clefable with Gengar, and I do kind of like Gengar's smile, but Haunter's just got a way cooler aesthetic, especially when in the Gen 3 sprites, when they have that really cool red aura around their hands. Really, really awesome. Okay, out of another one where they only had 3, and it's all in the same evolutionary line. Ghost and Dragon were kind of similar in that way. Dragonair was better. It just had that cool sort of elegant look to it. I never really liked Dragonite's pot belly. It just kind of looked like it couldn't fly, and that kind of distracted me a little bit. I know Charizard kind of has a pot belly, but it has wings that are big enough you can at least kind of fudge it. And Dratini is cute, but nah, just Dragonair was really cool for me. Then Dark. No Dark types, so they just put the glitch Pokemon in here. That's kind of cool. I think that's because it was a different type. I always liked that skeleton. That Kabutops skeleton. That was really cool. Steel type. Oh, yeah, there were only 2 steel types in Gen 1. I mean, they obviously mean, like, ones that became steel type in hindsight. I think Magnemite was a bit cuter than Magneton. That's just me. And Magneton raises all those questions about, you know, are they sentient? Are they a hive mind? Did they grow 2 more, or did 2 just attach together? Too confusing. Magnemite's way better. Okay. Then we've got fairy types. No. Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime at least has that whole surrogate father or surrogate brother. No, does Ash have a twin brother? Yeah, that's Magnemite surrogate brother. Yeah, okay. Best starter, Charizard. It's what got me into Pokemon in the first place. Can never ignore Charizard. Gimmick form of these Pokemon. Oh, there's a lot of good gimmick forms here. Meowth's gimmick form was always fantastic. I'm actually one of the people that like Mewtwo Y's form as well. Charizard Y is really good as well. Oh, there's a lot here. But I'd probably say, like, for actually making a version of Gengar that does look cooler than Haunter, which I actually didn't think was possible, it's really close, because Charizard Y is really amazing, but just edging it out just from the kind of cool and unique factor. I also like Mega Snorlax, but that's because it's the same. But the problem is it's the same basic gimmick as Torterra, so I'll just put Torterra in that spot. So I'd probably go for and I do like the five spoons as well. But again, no tail. Yeah, go for Gengar. But the nice thing is that this website also allows you to choose shiny forms. And yeah, Mega Gengar shiny form. They need to bring that back to regular Gengar, otherwise it's just not right. That is so cool. Legendary Mewtwo, no problem. Okay, so out of all those, I'll change Psychic to be my favorite being Mew then. Because although Kadabra's nice, Mew's just got that whole kind of progenitor fetus thing going for it. So I like Kadabra, but yeah, Mew's got to take it. And then favorite out of all of it, being honest with myself, probably Mewtwo. Because of that edginess, that backstory, that movie, yeah, can't really fault me on that one. Okay, moving on to Gen 2, we have, obviously it's Dunsparce. No, Igglybuff, one of the few things I dislike more than Jigglypuff. Then there's the Roller. I think again, if I can't like something for aesthetic, I like it for the gimmick, and I really like Smeargle's gimmick. It's kind of like Ditto, except they keep their typing, and you can actually choose which moves they copy, which, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And you can do anything with that. Okay, Fire, interesting. I do love Houndour, and there's lots of legendaries in this one. I'd probably go for Entei. I just love the Cloud Tail and the design that shouldn't really work, but it really does. It's just a really great legendary design. So, I'll go for Entei. Water, huh? Oh, I don't want everything to be the legendary dogs, but I have to go for Suicune on this one again as well. I mean, like, yeah, I know Wooper's cute, but not here. That sprite doesn't look very cute at all. Wooper is cute in the anime. And Totodile is really cool too, but I can't just ignore Suicune, especially after that really cool story from Crystal as well. Grass. Ooh, there's some rough choices here. I like the time traveling aspect of Sotheby, but I'm not a fan of the actual design itself. Actually, probably the coolest design from all this is probably Bayleaf. I like Bayleaf's little leaf there. It actually looks better than Meganium in my opinion. It has a much more interesting kind of design. Then, what do we got here? Now, it's not going to be the legendary dog in this one, because although I kind of like Raikou, it's just the muzzle doesn't really work for me, and the cloud butt. If you've seen the back sprite for Raikou, you know what I mean. I can't go with the cloud butt. I like Mareep, but not as much as Wooloo. So I don't. No, Wooloo rolls around. It's just Wooloo's a better version of Mareep for me. I'm sorry. So I'll go, but I do like the line, so I'll go for Ampharos. Ampharos has that cool sort of light gimmick, so it was perfect for the Flash, for being the Flash HM slave, and also having some decent electricity moves too. Like I said, a lot of this won't be like Pokemon that I personally are like even in the top 10 of my favorite Pokemon. It's just favorite out of the type, out of the gen. So, out of the ice types, let's see. Or I will. Piloswine is very cute. So is Swinub actually. They've got that really cute, just like little nose there. And Delabird's all right. I don't hate it, but yeah. I have to go with Sneasel because I love Sneasel's background, how it's actually based on a real Japanese cryptid. That's like it's such an awesome Japanese cryptid. There's like a version of it in Neo which is amazing. I can't remember what they're called, but they're basically like weasels that can slice through the air and like leave you intact. It's like when you have a biting wind that's apparently caused by I can't remember what it's called, but whatever Sneasel's based on, you can look it up on Wikipedia or something, Bulbapedia or something. Fighting types. Wow, only 3. I like Hitmontop, but I always kind of like the bug fighting combination there. I just wish he got an evolution. I was sure that Heracross was Pinsir's evolution, but nope, apparently not. Poison type? Or... no, I never really got those little things sticking out. It's like they were meant to be like big, long, spindly legs, but they lost their nerve and just left them as little things. No, Crobat was always really cool. It was the bat Pokemon that I actually wanted, and it had a really cool animation in black and white as well. Then we have ground type. I always liked the moves there, but nah, you got to admit, when Donphan came out, that was such a cool design. It was just immediately striking in everything, and it just had such a neat gimmick that went with it as well. Every kid who got gold and silver, or wait, I think this was exclusive. It was either exclusive to silver or gold, or crystal at least. Everyone who got Donphan in the games used it and used rollout, at least for a bit, just so that they could feel like they did in the games. Okay, best flying. Okay, I can't choose Crobat this time. I like Murkrow, but not in Gen 2. It's just not quite as cool as Honchkrow. Gligar, the tongue just kind of doesn't really work for me. Probably Ho-Oh. I do like, I especially like the Ho-Oh Shiny. Maybe I should just switch to the Ho-Oh Shiny, because that seems like the real sort of gold and silver mascot, as it were. Yeah, because it's gold and silver. Very cool. That's the same pose as Pidgeotto. Now, as for Psychic, I'll have to turn off the shiny making. Now, let's see. Wow, you can choose all the, nearly all the unknown. You see, my favorite has always been Unknown H. I mean, come on. I actually really like Wobbuffet's kind of gimmick where, like, he's always, like, fighting last. He's very pacifist. Well, not pacifist, he just only acts in self-defense, which I always thought was really cool. So, yeah, I think I'll go for that. Yeah, Wobbuffet. Bug type? Ugh, it pains me to do this, but I can't do Heracross because he's already been taken. I don't really like Scizor as an evolution of Scyther. But I can't deny that out of this lot, it is still very much the coolest. So I just wish they didn't have those flippin' Mega Man lobster claws. Yeah. Just anything else, like a scythe, or just make it like Kabutops, but I guess not. Alright, so Rock, Sudowoodo, yeah. I always was kind of disturbed by I was always kind of disturbed by this guy for the fact that he couldn't move his neck, or at least he shouldn't be able to move his neck. And Shuckle's cool for like that defensive capability. Magcargo's nice too, but nah, Sudowoodo is just awesome. It's like, it's a rock type, you sprinkle water on it, and it's just so cool. And at least they gave you 2 opportunities rather than, at least was it 2 or 3 opportunities to catch him? I can't remember, it was more than Snorlax anyway. Ghost, I have one choice, so I will choose that one choice. Luckily, I quite like Mischievous. Next, there is one choice for dragon, so I will have to choose that. Not a big fan of Kingdra, but yeah, it's just lackluster to me. But I have to choose it because it's the only choice. Dark. Alright. Like I said, I do like Houndour, and Houndoom for that matter, but I will have to go for Umbreon. He's always cool. And because, you know, he made you laugh as a kid, because when he used Sand Attack, it looked like he was pooping. Okay, or Sludge Attack, actually, for that matter. Mud Slap. If he used... If you were facing him and he used Mud Slap, it looked like he was pooping. yeah, poop. Yes, that made me laugh quite a lot. Okay, best Steel type. Let's see. Skarmory is cool, but just the wings are a bit too short and stubby for me. I have to go for Steelix. Steelix just has that really cool face shape. And like a really good building onto Onyx's design. I really liked it. Okay, Fairy. Okay, a lot of the baby types, and there's the Tugas, but I always like Granbull, and he's got my color too, which was pretty cool. Snubbull is alright, but I didn't really like the kind of weird circus outfit they were wearing, so Granbull was a bit better. Then we got the starters. What was my favorite starter? Out of all of these, to be honest, Gen 2 was like my least favorite in terms of starters. None of them really kind of popped out at me, really. And they all had rather underwhelming final evolutions, at least in my thing. So I'd go, but Totodile was always just adorable and so, like, had that zest for life, so I couldn't turn that down. Gimmick forms. Alright, so Mega Steelix, so lots of Megas. Yeah, probably Ampharos, because he's fabulous! He's got that wonderful mane, and just, if I could choose Mega Ampharos over Ampharos as the main form, I would, just because it's like Ampharos but better in every way. Best Legendary? Lugia, no problem. Tons of history, great typing, looks cool as heck. Unique design, couldn't ask for a better legendary. It's always been one of my favorites. Lugia will always be in my top 5 probably. Yeah, unless like lots of new ones came out. On to Gen 3, the generation that I skipped. Let's see what. Although I did like some of the designs in it, so we'll have to see how things go. In terms of normal types. I do like how I was like, I'm tired. No, I'm energetic. No, I'm just tired again. But I actually quite liked Exploud's. Just so dang loud. It looks like he is always on all the time. It's just a really powerful silhouette and design there, so I have to go for Exploud. And that was why everyone was just kind of like, is there going to be like a sound typing or something? But no, just normal. Best Fire. Do I want to use up Best Starter or Best Fighting for that matter? Oh, because Blaziken just looks awesome. I'll stick with Blaziken for now. We'll see if things get worse along the way, or if I have to swap them out. I actually quite like Crawdont, but I would probably have to go. Let's see. Wailord is pretty neat too. Kyogre's good, but they've got kind of a busy design, one that I don't get. Now, oh man, just this little round boy. I just love his little face. I don't think I can turn down that little face. I do like Milotic, and I always found Wailmer's design pretty cool, but that little face, especially when you animate it and he has that little mouth and he's so cute. I don't often choose Pokemon based on cuteness, but Spheal is just one of those. Best Grass. I did like the Leaf Ninja kind of motif there. Shiftry is really cool, but that's more of a dark Pokemon. And also, I didn't notice that he had like this gigantic mouth, so he's basically just Modok, but in plant form, so that's tricky. Or like Tropius was always pretty cool. I'll go for Grovyle, just because he had that really nice ninja thing going on. Electric? Oh, that's tough. I really didn't like those ones are just the most blatant of Pika clones, because they just looked like Pikachu with a slightly different... Well, Pichu even. And the straight up the straight up thing just looked a bit goofy to me, so I'll go for Mantike? No, Minitric? No, dang it, I forgot what it was called. Best ice, Glalie. I'm a sucker for ones that are so edgy they could come out of Digimon, and Glalie looks pretty darn cool. And that way I can still keep Spheal too, because I keep him in the water, so that's great. And you should always keep your Spheal in water. Next, we got best fighting type. Yeah, we'll keep Blaziken and Fire. I liked Hariyama. I like Hariyama's kind of sort of head design. The ears are a bit weird, but I just love that he's got that kind of big, powerful look to it, and you just don't want to get caught by that double slap. Best poison, can't go wrong with a snake. I don't like Viper's kind of weird Asian dragon up down, but it's still a cool snake design aside from that. Because that's not how snakes move. It's just not. I also like the blade on the end too. Ground. Alright. Another water ground type with like, with Swampert and stuff. There's that weird Flygon there. Baltoy's pretty cool too. I actually think that even though I think Kyogre's design is too busy, I think Groudon's is just right. It's on the razor's edge of too busy and not, but I just love the kind of claw thing that goes all the way around. It looks like he can do a rollout just like Donphan, so maybe that's why I'm more drawn to it. But still, let's see. In terms of flying, I'm not sure if I would pick. Rayquaza for best legendary. Maybe I would. Okay, so instead I'll go for Tropius, just because it's a flying plant. It's like a little dragon, and I love its little wattle that are bananas. Yeah, I had to go for that. Best Psychic. Now that's a tricky one. I do like the Steel Psychic typing for the metal guys. Nah, as I said, I do like Gallade more, but I can't deny that Gardevoir just has a really cool design. I love how it's floating. I love the neat head design and the little fans out the side. Just looks like a really cool psychic Pokemon, and I like that being pierced through the abdomen with a heart. That's a really cool touch. Next, best bug. Well, Ninjask is cool for how fast it is, but I'd probably have to go for Shedinja, actually, just because of that really interesting gimmick that it can't get hit except by super effective attacks. It means that your opponent is really kind of disoriented, or at the very least they have to quickly think, oh, what's the attacks, what's that stuff, and it kind of puts them on the back foot. So I always thought that was pretty fun. That's not to say it's competitive. I also really like the it's because it's competitive. I also like the aesthetic too. It's like, it's just a shed skin that gained sentience. It's like, did it get inhabited by a ghost Pokemon, or did it become a ghost Pokemon? Ghost Pokemon is so weird. Then rock. I always thought of these guys as Lyron is more of a steel type than as a ground type. Like, I did like these guys, but I think Nosepass is really cool. It's really cute, but I'd probably go for the Moon one. I always like the Moon one. Not Solrock. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but I have to make a choice, even if I don't remember its name. Ghost types, Banette. Banette is so cool. Well, I just love how he. Banette is how I imagine. Banette is a better version of Gengar to me. If Gengar was purple and looked like Banette, I might even choose him above Haunter. Not quite, because I love the detached hands and the red aura, but Banette was really cool. Best dragon. Probably Latios. I mean, Latias is cute, but I like the Latios's sort of ears work a bit better in there anyway. I never really liked Salamences because the wings didn't really work for me. It's like, again, you have to. It's like, I know that Latios doesn't really have proper wings, but they're psychic. They're flying, so they're flying with airplane wings. That makes sense. Whereas for some reason Salamence just doesn't really work like that for me. Dark. Big fan of Mightyena, big fan of Shiftry, but can't go past Absol. So cool, so edgy, pure dark. Can't go wrong. Next we've got Steel. Okay, then I'd go for Lyron. I always found Lyron's design just a little bit more appealing to me than Aggron. So I'll go for that. Although I will say I do like this design. I've gotten so old and there's so many Pokemon I'm starting to forget designs. Oh, perfect, Fairy. So the Psychic one can be Gardevoir and Fairy can be this one. I can't believe I forgot the name. Okay, best starter. Darn it, out of all of these, my favorite is still Blaziken. I'm going to have to go back and change Blaziken out. Best fire is not Blaziken, it's Torkoal. Why not? Torkoal is cute. And I just love the paradoxical idea of a fire turtle. Best gimmick form. Oh, this is a tough one. I like a lot of these. Let's see. Even Salamence is pretty cool when it actually takes off. That's way too busy with Rayquaza. Absol's one is really cool, but I don't like that the wings aren't actually wings, they're just fluffs. And I actually really liked Manetric's big lightning bolt design there. But if I'm going to be honest with myself, I actually really like Mega Banette. Mega Banette, it had those really cool, in the 3D ones, those shiny zippers. They're just really, really neat. They just have that Tim Burton-esque feel to it without it being too try-hard, at least to me. I can't remember what Mega Banette's shiny looked like. No. I thought it had a white one, but for some reason, but guess not. Best Legendary. Yep, I held it back. Rayquaza is pretty darn cool. I do love a good dragon. And to be honest, I actually like the green more than the black. I think the green suits it better. It's weird, I know, but... Okay, best overall. Absol or Banette? Absol or Banette? Oh... No, I mean, Banette is cool. It is very close, but I like Absol's thing of, like, they predict, they're like Bruno. They predict disasters. I always thought that was a really neat kind of gimmick to them. So that one just edges it out. On to Gen 4, Diamond and Pearl, when I got back into Pokemon, and was kind of underwhelmed, but I kept going. Let's see. Best normal type. I just love that there's a legendary that is a normal type, so I'll go for... Or should I go for Arceus for that? Yeah, let's go for Arceus for that. It's a normal type. It's a normal type legendary. I love that. Best fire, probably Monferno. Just I'm a sucker for big flowing scarf-like things, so that's that simple. I need to save Piplup for best starter, so what would be the best water out of all of these? My gosh, there's not much at all. I mean, there's Palkia, but I wasn't really a big fan of Palkia. And then probably the most underwhelming evolution in all of Pokemon. And these guys are pretty underwhelming too. And this one doesn't have an evolution yet. What happened to the water types, man? It's Bibarel. No, I'll go for Buizel. Oh no, wait, that's Buizel. Oh, whatever. The evolution of Buizel. I like the kind of sassy attitude and the sort of life preserver thing that looks a bit cooler. And I love that it has two little tails that it can use as a propeller. Yeah, I like that. Best grass. Oh. Yeah, probably Torterra. Just because Torterra, you can have a picnic on Torterra's back. And Detective Pikachu made them really cool as well. Although I'd like to see what a regular sized Torterra would look like in that world as well. Electric, easy. It's got the cool kind of sleek design. Yeah. I don't care if he looks like a... Well, he looks like an edgy Sonic. He looks like a fusion between Sonic and Shadow. You can't ignore that kind of edgelordiness. I do like Mamoswine, but I love the Ice Ghost typing of Frostlass. Yeah, both of the line there. Best fighting. Okay. Should I put fighting? Should I put... No, Gallade's Fairy. Is Gallade Fairy or Psychic? Yeah, Gallade's Psychic. So I'll put that under I'll put Gallade under Psychic. Best fighting would probably be, yeah, Ludicolo's not Ludicolo. Lucario is pretty. It's pretty awesome. I have to admit they are pretty cool. I don't like how much they were kind of pushed as like the next big Mon several times, but I did like them, and I liked his trainer's fashion sense as well. Poison, I like Toxicroak. Toxicroak is just cool. I like the idea of like this underhanded fighter that just kind of like weakens you so that you can't fight anymore. And I just love that he has the exact expression of a Pokemon that would do that. It's better to me than Scrafty, which tried to do the same basic thing, but not quite right. I do kind of like Gliscor, but no. Land Shark Dragon. Land Shark Dragon. Just wish it had a better shiny. Flying. This is also a tricky one. I like Vespiquen. I like the lore behind the Drifloons, but Honchkrow just has that hat. You can't go past a sweet hat. Best Psychic? Gallade, there you go. Gallade is super cool. I don't really like Gallade's kind of weird circular pelvis thing, but that was kind of fixed in the Mega Evolution and in the Paradox version as well. But I still liked Gallade for the retractable blades. Then Bug. Oh, there you go. Now I can choose Vespiquen. I will always have a place in my heart for Delily Whoop, but yeah, Vespiquen just had that cool sort of like, go, fly, my pretties, fly feel to it, which I always thought was pretty awesome. Rock. I'm just not a fan of Rhyperior. All of the dinosaurs weren't that great. Bonsly's kind of cute, but I guess for pure novelty factor, and I love the fact that that puts on sunglasses as well. I wonder if that was like an inspiration for the Moai in Mario Odyssey as well, for the fact that it kind of made these sunglasses on it too. It reminded me of Flint's dad from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So yeah, I guess we'll go for Nosepass for that one, since there's really no other options that could really go for. Oh, I love the Ghost Dragon typing. I do love Miss Magus' design. Let's go for Miss Magus first. If there's no other place to put Giratina, then I'll put it there. Best Dragon. Okay, we've got. And do I want to put Giratina in there? I really liked the. Let's see. No, well. Garchomp has always been more of that ground type, so I'll go for Best Dragon would probably be Dialga, because I just really like the fact that it can manipulate time. Darkrai. See, sometimes you can tell, even if Darkrai does look like a Honchkrow that's been put in a blender, it's still a really cool design. Steel type, or I want to put Empoleon there, but that's also my favorite starter, so I'd probably go for instead. I do kind of like Magneton. Oh, well, not Magneton, Magnezone. But it's a bit too different from regular Magneton. I feel like they could have made it a bit more similar to the other Magnas. I actually think out of all those Bronzong's pretty cool, and I love this onomatopoeic name. Fairy types. Togekiss, that's pretty cool. Mime Jr. kind of freaks me out a little. Best starter? I love Empoleon. Just this Blade Penguin. Gimmick form? Best Mega? I love the blades on Garchomp, and I do love the overall kind of cool design of Mega Lucario, but no. Best blades, best cape, holy crap, gotta do it. Distracts from the weird pelvis. It's really cool. I love Mega Gallade. Best legendary, hooray! I can use Giratina. There's particularly that form too. I love a Ghost Dragon type. I love the fact that it's basically Satan. Best legendary. Favorite out of all of those though, that's a lot of good ones. Or if I have to make a choice, I'd probably actually go for Arceus. I just love the fact that it's God, and you have captured God. Or God has deigned to travel with you in your party. It's just, I can't really get over that. And the design's kind of cool as well, and I love how you can make him different colors depending on the plate, and that you can also make him gold if you're crazy enough to get a shiny. On to Gen 5. I love the animation on this. It's a shame it only lasted for one generation, although at least it was 2 full stories. That is something. Best normals. Oh, are the normals. Hey look, it is literal dog. Out of all of these, I think I like Braviary the most, actually. Yeah, I know it's meant to be like representative of America, just kind of like big and flashy, but darn it, I like bald eagles. I like braviary. Best fire. Volcarona is pretty cool. Reshiram is also really cool too. I wouldn't say that Reshiram is my favorite legendary, but I do really like... Ooh. Oh, Victini. I like Victini. But is... Victini's more of a fire type. Yeah, I got Victini as a special bonus, and I kept Victini throughout my entire adventure. I liked it. Best water type. Oshawott probably my favorite starter though, so I'd probably go instead for water type. Maybe, let's see, Timpole. Tell you what, we'll keep Oshawott for now, and if it contradicts later on, we'll see how it goes. Oh wait, I forgot. Sorry, I got the gens mixed up. I do love Serperior, but I can't put Serperior here because that would be favorite starter. So, what's the best grass type? I actually really like Cottony. It's got that. It's kind of a cross between a cape and a big fluffy fro. And it looks really cuddly. But that's going to come up later as it's a fairy, isn't it? Okay, so actually, out of all of the elemental monkeys, I think I actually like this one the best. I love his pompadour and his cocky attitude. It's the one that I actually think looks the best, and it's the one that I would keep out of all of those monkeys for the longest. Electricity, I do like Emolga, but oh no, Joltik. Like I said, it's not often that it doesn't have one of the 2 of the 3 Suede factors, but when it's cute enough, it goes through. And Joltik's just this cute little Joltik, this tiny little cute little jump. Oh, I'll get you good. Great animation too. So yeah, obviously it's the ice cream one. Okay. To be fair, like, I don't think the ice cream one's all that bad, but at the same time, I find the straw sticking out of it really weird. I'd probably go for Cryogonal here. I know it's like basically just Glalie all over again, but I just love the fact that it's all made of angular shapes. It's got this kind of eldritch horror to it, like shapes that aren't meant to be organic matter. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, a lot of these maybe, but... I do like fire and ice too. Maybe I should go for the fire and ice. I like the fact that they kind of fixed the wings. Yeah, I can convince myself. Yeah, fire and ice, Kyurem, white form, very cool. And I like, yeah, that the arms work a bit better now rather than just being these weird up in the air things. Okay, fighting, best fighting type. I do like that they've got these quadruped fighting types here. And I kind of like the D'Artagnan one the most. It's got that kind of plucky attitude, and it kind of coincided with the My Little Pony craze, or did it? Maybe it didn't. But no, it was still cool. I like the design. I actually like it better than its alternate design. Actually, Virizion is kind of cool, but it just doesn't quite work for me. So yeah, I'll go for D'Artagnan. D'Artagnan. Best bug. I'm a sucker for nice kind of centaur ones, and it can roll up into a ball and charge and go all over you. Yeah, I like that. Ground. Oh, Excadrill is really cool. Is there any pretenders to the Excadrill throne? I kind of like Golurk and Golett, but nah, Excadrill's pretty awesome. I love how it can like kind of clink together and make this big old drill. Okay, best flying. Can't use Braviary anymore. I've never been a big fan of the Naduses. I actually think it's Emolga. I think Emolga, aside from one other one, is probably the best Pika clone. I really like their color scheme, and I like the electric flying type. So yeah, I'd probably go for Emolga. It's slightly edgy, and it's slightly bipedal, so it's slightly my favorite. Next, Psychic. So I got... Oh, yes, actually, I need to change Victini to Shiny. I didn't have a Shiny Victini, but I always wanted one because it's one of the few times a subtle change really makes all the difference. It just looks way better. Okay, Psychic, though. I wasn't really a fan of the Gothic Lolitas or the balls of bacteria. And Masharna had that weird thing coming out. It just made me disturbed. I quite like BHM. Maybe I should just go for that. And Meloette is kind of cool. Maybe I could make it so that favorite psychic type would be Victini, and then favorite fire type would be that's also tricky. I kind of like Chandelure, but not all that much. Probably Darmanitan. Darmanitan's pretty cool. And I love the gimmick of the 2 different modes, so we'll go for that. Best bug. Let's see, we've already got those 2. There's a lot of good bugs in this gen for some reason. I'd probably go for... should I go for Crystal or should I go for Volcarona? Volcarona has that really cool animation, but nah, Crystal's got that. I don't know why. Just the fact that it's simple but effective design. I really like that. So if that's the case, I can probably change to Volcarona here, because Volcarona has a really cool sort of animation that goes with it, and it kind of looks epic like a legendary should, and it should for how long it took to evolve. Let's see, in terms of rock, let's see, I could do that again. I like Gigalith, but it kind of loses me on the lower end. The legs kind of don't work. Archeops is kind of cool, but it looks too much just like a regular Archaeopteryx, so I'd probably go for this guy. I can't remember what it was called again. Caracosta is the original, and I can't remember what the evolve is. But yeah, I like the face, and I like the fact that it's got this sort of streamlined rock turtle feel to it. It just kind of works, and I like the long arms too. They work well to kind of set it off. Ghost. I like Golurk, and I like Golurk's flying mode. I just think it's neat. Although someone needs to fix him up. Dragon. Ooh, tricky. I like Hexerus, but I hate if Hexerus isn't shiny, it doesn't look very good, and if Hexerus is shiny, it's just a little too overboard. I just hate Dredigan because the wings. You have to get the wings right. And ironically, because of that, I like Dark Dragon. I like the Dark Dragon typing, and I love the design of the faces. The wings are all right too. Actually, it's like because he's got that kind of ghost typing, you can allow it a bit more. So yep. Best dark. Okay, so we've already got that. Oh, wait a second. I'm off to the side a bit. No contest. Hello, Zoroark. Zoroark is my favorite Pokemon out of all Pokemon. Best gimmick, cool design, not too busy, just fantastic. Just wish it had a better shiny. But they kind of got a better shiny in the Hisuian version, let's be real here. Best steel type. Okay, I've used this guy. Bisharp's kind of cool, but I just wish he had longer blades. It's just not quite as cool. I'd say Genesec's cool. He's got that really neat kind of drive forms. same pose again. Best fairy. Ah, there we go. I knew it. Cottony is just super cute and has a really neat design. So, best starter. I'd go for Serperior. I don't like how people, it's like, oh, it doesn't evolve, it devolves. Do you know how snakes came to be? Snakes came to be by losing their legs because they didn't need it. And that's what the vibe is here. I don't need legs to beat you. And that's awesome to me. Gimmick forms. Wow. Literally just Mega Ordino and Gigantamax. Okay, I'll just go for Gigantamax. Garbodor. Gigantamax Garbodor. I just love how it's got a flippin' boat and a plane in there. That is pretty darn cool. But I had to choose between them both. Best legendary, out of the ones that are left, I actually really like the physicality of Black Kyurem. Black Kyurem has a really cool kind of muscular design. He looks like he's got that kind of feral look to him. It's I like it a lot. And favorite overall, where's Zoroark? Hello. Getting near the end here. On to X and Y. Okay, I need to be careful here. Best normal type. Oh, I keep forgetting that Litleo was normal type as well. I actually really like the design of plain Furfrou. I don't like any of the haircuts. I think Furfrou has a really cool haircut. I wish Furfrou had more of a thing rather than just being a plain normal type, because I just like their design. Fire type. Alright, so, probably, let's see. I'd probably go for this one just because I like the, I'm not a fan of the hair out the ears, but I do like the kind of the witchy vibe. And I also like, yeah, I'd probably just go for that, settle for that one. It's just got that sort of elegant look to them. It's, which I really like. Ferox? No, darn it. I keep forgetting what it's called, what that one's called, but I like them. Then, alright, there's a few here. I can go for the Megas, but I don't really want to go for Megas because they're all just alternate forms. Same with like Primal Kyogre and all that kind of stuff. So, in terms of non-Mega water types, there's not much to choose from. I do like the Claw Blaster here, so yeah, I'll go for that. Not choosing Greninja for reasons that'll become obvious later. I do love that massive claw. That's just really fun. And it looks like you can use it as a disguise too. It's like, oh, get away, this is actually my head, that kind of thing. Good distraction. Best grass type? I like Chestnut, and I like Chestnut's name too. I love that he can kind of turn into a ball. It's got that kind of armadillo thing going for him. I dig it. Electricity, these are all alternate forms, and I'm not a fan of Deden, so we'll go for Heliolisk. And then for ice, okay, more megas. I did not think that I would like Aurorus as much as I did, but I really like Aurorus. I like Everlug a lot too, but they got that very unique kind of feel to them. But Aurorus is like really cool, sort of multicolored fin. Maybe it's because it looks like a freaking cobra with legs. But yeah, for some reason Aurorus is just one of those ones where it just caught my eye for no reason, and I really dug it. Okay, next. Fighting. Alright, fighting that isn't alternate. Okay, I think that I want to keep Pancham and Pangoro for dark type. So we'll go for flying and fighting. That is a really good typing. I'm not a fan of Hawlucha's mouth, but otherwise I do think Hawlucha has a really cool design. I wish it was a bit bigger and slightly more muscly, but that's just me. Anything... Okay, this one I have to choose because the rest of them are all there. I do like how you don't really know where to focus, and that kind of could be the point, which is really cool. But other than that, yeah, not a big fan. But I have to choose it. Ground. Okay, one that's not an alternate. That isn't that one. I guess it has to be Zygarde. Weird. Zygarde is a snake. That's pretty cool. But yeah, between those two, I have to choose Zygarde. Flying. Flying that isn't an alternate form. I do like Noivern. Noivern is a really cool design, so I'll try that. I'll try that and see if it gets contradicted later on. Psychic. Oh, darn it. There weren't many that were original forms, were there? I like Hoopa's I like the idea of it. I love the different hands floating. I guess I've got a thing for floating hands, but it's just on almost the wrong side of too busy. And I think in the absence of one that I thought looks really cool, I have to go for the one that made me laugh the most, and that's just probably this guy who looks like how I looked 90% of the time. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Me on Twitter. So, then we've got bug type. Well, I guess I have to choose a Vivillon then, considering, yeah, that's literally the only choice I have. What's my favorite Vivillon? I like the Pokeball one. That looks cool. Best rock type. Since I've already chosen Aurorus, not a fan of most of the others. Yeah, Tyrantrum is awesome, I will admit. It's just, for me, it's not quite... I don't know why. Tyrantrum does hit two of my things. It's Draconic and it's Edgelord and it's Bipedal. It should be a slam dunk for me, but something just... Maybe I wish the rough was a little bit bigger, but something's... Maybe I just feel like the body's too round, maybe? I have no idea why. It's just the same reason I have no idea why I like Aurorus. I have no idea why Tyrantrum just doesn't quite do it for me. But yeah, I completely admit that I have no idea. Next, Ghost. Let's see. That's the Mega Banette, so we can't really do that one. I guess for Ghost we'll go for Honedge. I like Honedge better than Aegis Sword or a Doublade, to be honest. Doublade's kind of cool, but I don't know. Honage just the fact that it's holding its own scabbard really gets it for me. I like that. Dragon, here we go. This is always a tricky one. So it could be Noivern. Ugh, I've used up nearly all of them already. Could do Tarantrum. Okay, I'm just not a fan of how slimy Gudra is, so let's just go for Noivern. We'll swap Noivern out for one of the other flying types. Ugh. I am forced right now. I can't use Hawlucha. I don't like Noibat. I'm saving Yveltal for later. I guess it has to be Talonflame, even though I don't... Wow. I am completely forced to do Talonflame. I'm not a big fan. Then for best dark type, yep, Pangoro. Pangoro's fun, and yeah, it's not an alternate form, and the others are the same saving for later. Steel type, oh yeah, oh wait, no, okay, it has to be Honage or Doublade. So I guess I can do Honage, and then I'll swap out the ghost favorite for Trevenant, just because I love this little goober. He's so... It's like, oh, I scared the pants off you, I swears. Then Fairy. Oh, let's see. There's a couple of decent Fairy types in here, but let's see. I can't really go for Sylveon because Flesh Ribbons. Flesh Ribbons just... I can't get Flesh Ribbons out of my head. Don't use that one out of context. So I guess we'll go for Xerneas, just because Xerneas has that cool reference to Princess Mononoke. That's pretty cool. Best starter? Greninja. I know, I'm a filthy casual, but Greninja is really cool. I actually like the tongue thing. It's a flesh ribbon that makes sense. And he's just got a really neat and sleek design. And they have really good battles in the anime. I have one choice. I will take that one choice. Legend. This guy, he just looks too much like a Power Rangers villain. I'm sorry. And Mega... Well, that's an alternate form, so I can't really choose that one either. So, yeah, Yveltal. I love my big old bacon bird. And I even love my bacon bird when they look even more like bacon. That's just so cool. I don't think he looks like bacon. I just think he looks awesome. And let's see, for a favorite overall, I just really love the simple and sleek design of Greninja. And I actually really like Greninja's shiny, so just to put a bit of diversity in there, we'll make it the shiny Greninja. Alright, not much closer now, not much further now. So, next is, let's try and just kind of pound through some of these, because I think there's not too much left in terms of like lots of new Pokemon. Best normal, Toucannon. I love how it looks like he hates you. Best fire. Oh, I just love how sassy. She is just so sassy. She don't care. Salamence? Something like that. You can choose Ash Greninja. That's funny. But that's an alternate form. Water. Oh, yes. I like Golisopod. For me, it's not too busy. I like it. It's got that. It's that cool sort of weak to strong dynamic that I quite like. Grass. Oh, I do love it, but I'd probably go for yeah. I'll go for Decidueye, even though the name is just way too clunky. Electricity. Some of these are pretty darn cool, but I'll go for... I just love Psychic Electricity, and I love that he's surfing on his little tail. It's so cool. Ice. Oh, the Ninetales is pretty cool, but I'd probably go for... Oh, it's an alternate form though. Does it count? No, it doesn't count. They're separate Pokemon. It's not really an alternate form, really. They've got different types. I'll have to anyway. So I'll go for I'll probably go for Sandshrew actually. That way, that doesn't matter. I like Sandshrew how it's got that little snow house aesthetic to it. Then for best fighting, I do like Beware. Probably I forgot Kengo, something like that. I do like that one. It's busy without being too distracting to me. I like that one a lot. And for some reason I kind of like things where they've got that little hyphen O at the end as well. Best poison. I actually really like Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck looks super cool. It doesn't look gross, or it looks like someone who's happy with who they are. Ground type. Okay, we've got the Z's again, but nope. He's so cute. He's got the little... He's steel type too, which is a really nice type. Okay, flying. Okay, I would choose Toucannon for that. But probably... Oh, I actually quite like the Ghost Bird, so that's pretty cool. I'll go for that. Unless, like, is there a better normal I could use? Nah, not really. Alright. Ghost flying is pretty cool. Okay, next we got Psychic. Ooh, we got some big Psychics here, well, with all the different forms and functions here. I think I really like Lunala. Not Lunala, Lunateo. I can't remember what it is. They have a really cool... I really like the moon style design, and I like how it still looks a bit like Nebby even after all this time. Best bug. I just like this sassy bug that can absolutely kick your butt. So then it's like, this guy's like Buzzwall's overcompensating, but yeah, she knows who she is. Best rock type. I am nothing if not predictable. I love the Edgelord. This one is a rock edge. Yes, I like them even more than the Dusk version. Yeah. Then for Ghost type. Oh, okay, I've already got Decidueye, so I can't really choose that one. And I've already got that one, so... Oh, sorry, I missed Mimikyu. Mimikyu's the best. Best dragon type. Well, I've already chosen most of these other dragons, and none of the others are really kind of speaking to me. I'd actually go for I really like Alolan Executor. He's such a tall boy. Moving on. Best dark. Okay. I do like a good dark fighting, so yeah, Incineroar gets into the dark side. I love how he's just tries to style on all his Pokemon. It's really fun in Smash Brothers. Steel. I love the animation on this guy. I can't remember what the name is. Yeah, we're getting into the point where I'm starting to not remember the names. Fairy type. Again, I love those guys, but probably out of these, I probably like the Tapus, and I like Tapu Koko. He's got that cute little rooster thing going for him. Best starter. Rowlet is the best. Rowlet is just so adorable. Gimmick form. I actually quite like the Mercury body here. Is that... I don't agree with them saying Alolan forms are exactly the same, so... And although this one's kind of cool, that one looks too Digimon-y to me, and it's got detached hands again, which I also really like. It's a hard choice, but I don't like that. What's the shiny on that one like? I don't like the kind of hokey pokey white and gold on that. So it's silver instead. It's kind of cool, but nah. I actually kind of like the big... Wait, the big blob's big blob, Gigantamax form. I love that. Then, best legendary. Okay, I've already done Lunateo, so I think out of all of these, I actually quite like Marshadow. I like how he can just take part, he can just become one with the shadows. It's very cool. And out of all that, let's go for favorite overall. Oh. Rowlet is... Nope, Mimikyu. Mimikyu made me laugh and made me love. Next, we're on to Sword and Shield. We're almost there. We are in the final stretch. Alright, so what do we got for normal? Zoroark is not normal. They're going into the ghost type, so I won't put them there. I love the Meowth, but yep. There we go. Zigzagoon. Awesome. Well, Obstagoon. Just love that design. Even with the tongue sticking out, it just looks awesome. Best fire. I kind of like the sleepy one, but I don't know why they're kind of combining them together, because Legends is meant to be a separate gen, but or I guess it's not an official one. I actually just kind of like the tapeworm here, and I like his Gigantamax form too. I actually like him a bit better. This guy just looks too much like a fire version of Lucario. So yep. Okay, water type. Why did I look up for water type? Let's see. I do quite like the Centaur, but in terms of water types, probably the I actually really like this guy, even though I can't remember his name. So I'll put that there unless it contradicts. Should be okay though. Yeah. All right. Grass. What do we got for grass? That one, I'm just not a fan of Pokemon that look like you can eat. I just love the little wooden guy. He's just a cute wooden guy, you know. I gotta go for that. Electric. Why do I keep looking up? I guess it's just for no reason. I like the Corgi evolution. I don't want to choose that one because I want to choose that one for poisons. I quite like Morpeko. Morpeko's not bad. I don't like these guys. They disturb me to no end. I'll probably, yeah. It's a tough choice because like none of them's really screaming out at me. But I'll go for that one. Okay, next ice. I do not like the penguins because they are just penguin with ice. I actually quite like that moth, and they have to try really hard for a moth to actually work on, for a moth design to work on me. So for them to have pulled that off, that's very impressive. I do quite like that moth. All right, next fighting. That makes sense. Surfetched is the best. Kept Surfetched throughout my entire playthrough. Absolute god. Let's see. This guy has a bit too much of a... this Sneasel just does... It looks like a person wearing a fursuit, and I have nothing against furries, but it looks a bit too Uncanny Valley for me in the games, that's all. So I'll go for... I like Electric Poison. That's really cool and very punk rock. Probably go for the yellow one because it matches the whole Suede aesthetic a bit more. Alright, then we've got Ground. I like the Religigus. I can't remember what it's called, but I like how it's kind of comes together to become a picture and then comes apart again. That's really cool. Flying. Oh yep, Corviknight. We'll see how things go for Steel, but at the moment Corviknight. That's just got that cool. I love the face. Ghost. I do like Ghost Articuno. That is very cool. Is there a better Ghost? Oh wait, this isn't Ghost. It's Fairy, isn't it? No, it's Psychic. It's none of the above. I do like Psychic Articuno. I think I will go for that. Yeah. Then we have the bugs, and I've already chosen these. And although I feel bad because they finally got an evolution for Scyther, but I just don't like those spindly little arms. I like everything else, but those spindly little arms and the coloring just doesn't quite work. What does the shiny for this one look like? That's kind of better. That actually looks more like an evolved Scyther. I'll take that. Then we have, okay, the rock type, yes. There's the Roly-Coly is cute, I will admit. But now I can finally choose Arcanine, but I don't like that that thing on top of his head. Maybe I could do instead. Wait, is there a better bug? I actually quite like this bug here. I love the kind of big shield out the back. It's got that kind of big and small thing going on for it. So yeah, I'll go for that and then use Hisui and, well, not Hisui and Scyther, Exor over there. Yep. Next, Ghost. Yes. Oh, I do love that Ghost Dragon. That is pretty cool, but I absolutely... A lot of people really don't like this. It puts them off. But, oh, wait. We've got... that puts them off, but I just love those detached hoofs. They're just a really cool design touch for me. But, Zoroark. Can't not choose Zoroark. Best Dragon. Okay, so... Okay, now I can choose the Ghost Dragon, which is awesome. Although, I quite like the Dragon Gigas. That's kind of weird. It's weird in kind of a fascinating way. Steel. Oh no, wait, it's not steel. Dark. For some reason, weirdly, I don't like dark Moltres. I feel like Dark Akuno worked a bit better there. Would have worked better than Psychic Articuno. I kind of like some of these. Let's go back to normal. Can I? Oh, Wooloo! I love Wooloo. It rolls around like a little ball and it's adorable. There you go. Everybody wins. Steel type. Can't use this one because I've used them already. I kind of like the Steel Meowth. That one's just a lighter. It kind of save this guy for later. I probably think weird Steel Dialga is pretty good, but I've already chosen Dialga. I guess I'll go for Sword Boy, just because he reminds me of the Great Grey Wolf Sif, which is always fun. I love dogs with swords. Fairy type. Or none of these are really calling out to me. Though Wheezing is really cool. Yeah, we'll go for Wheezing. I just love that he's just so very much. Yes, quite, yes. And I love the stovepipe hat, the literal stovepipe hats. Best starter. Oh. No, I can't. I need to go for that guy. I just like him. I like how he's too cool for school. Probably. So now that that's gone, what's left? I kind of like this guy. Oh, no, I like Fighting Bear, so we'll go for the Fighting Bear for water. That works out. Oh boy, that's a lot of alternates. I like the Sniper. I like the fact that a Gigantamax form is just a gigantic tail. That's so cool. And I love the fact that he's that. It's like, that's what you want for Gigantamax, is that you don't want a huge target, you want a small target. It's just one of the most clever Gigantamaxes I've seen, and lots of people don't like it, but I do. It's really cool. You can just take me up on it. Okay, best legendary. There we go, now I can get that Ghost Horse. I just love those hooves, even though I understand people not liking it, but I love those hooves. Best overall. This one's tricky. I like a lot of them. Probably Sirfetch'd. Just Sirfetch'd. I haven't had a bond with a Pokemon in ages like I had with Sirfetch'd. Now these ones I haven't finished the game, so I can't really say. These might be a bit tentative, as it were. Normal. I like Ferregiraf. I love the design. It's just kind of, over and through. Yep, I'll go for that. It's actually Dunsparce. No. I do love that they did Dunsparce as basically a troll. I like this design. That's really cool. In terms of water types, I don't really like Wiglet, but I like Wugtrio. Wugtrio is really cool. I like that. They just look so happy to see you, kind of. Grass, or probably... I actually quite like the middle evolution here. This doesn't happen very often, but the middle evolution just kind of... It gives you this kind of good potential. I thought it was going to turn into like a musketeer style, but it didn't. It turned into this weird masquerade style, and I didn't really like that. But I like this one. I like the potential it had. Electricity. I'll save that one for later. So probably this guy. I actually like it. I mean... I feel like they're all the same Pokemon, but this is the best version of that same Pokemon. What do we got here? That's a tricky one for the ice, actually. I do quite like whales, and the rest of them just... They really don't do it for me. And that one just looks like a weirder Druddigon, so absolutely no. Alright, fighting. What do we got for fighting? I like the new Primeape. Oh, that... That Gallade. That Gallade is really cool too. I'll have to go for... I do like Tauros. I do like the fact that it's just a better Tauros in every way. No, I can't help but go for Gallade with a big old big old whip sword and an actual cape and like a little lower cape. I like that. Best poison. Dang, I haven't really seen these. I kind of like the design on this for the poison. I would normally go for this one, but I got spoiled on the fact that they don't roll. Like roly-coly rolls, but this one doesn't roll. That really doesn't make any sense. That Whooper is a bit better, but overall, no, I actually quite like that that feel to it, so we'll go for that. Now for ground. Now, all right, we'll go for the gigantic one there. I don't know why they thought with this one. They took away one of the coolest beaks and then just gave him this little weird little tube. Flying. I do quite like the stork, I will admit. In the space, yeah, I'll go for the stork. The stork is pretty cool. Let's see. In terms of psychic, I like the fact that like this bug kind of kept rolling up dung, and then finally, like, dug up like a spectral knowledge or something like that. I actually also really like Ancient Jigglypuff. I mean, I know it's really weird, but it's just, she looks so sassy and scrappy. Like it's like old Jigglypuff is like old Mickey Mouse, whereas new Jigglypuff is like new Mickey Mouse from the shorts. This one actually looks like they're I mean, this one just has a more sort of dynamic and interesting feel to it. It's just cool in its own way. So yeah, that's just how I feel. Yeah, I can't believe that there's a Jigglypuff in my favorites as well. Okay, bug. Oh, perfect. So I can do the weird psychic god bug later. Rock. I don't normally like angular designs, but I like the knuckle line. I just love how salty it is. Then Ghost. Yeah, I love the Ghost Fighter. I just love the fact that he got so mad he died. The end. Dragon. I would say my favorite dragons out of all of this would probably be this form, the futuristic one. No, maybe not the future. No, tricky. I love the design for this Miraidon, but I hate that it doesn't roll. It's got the little wheels there, but it just runs. But I love the design otherwise. I'll put it there anyway. We'll see what we can do with it. In terms of dark, there's actually not many dark ones here that pique my interest. Like this weird dark bug, maybe? I'm not sure. But, I mean, that's kind of cool in its own way, but I kind of like this weird little fire one. Let's go for the steel one. I like it's finally a Bisharp line that has a big long blade. Ah, speaking of steel, you cannot go past that steel. I forgot her name, Tinkatunk or something. Tinkatink, just absolute genius. I love that design. That's another design thing I think always gets swayed as well, is small things with large things. Ooh, fairy. Okay, so I'll make it so that fairy is the Jigglypuff, and the psychic will be this one. Yeah. I do like that kind of ibis bird thing. Got that Egyptian feel going for it. Best starter, like Quick Sleep, because it looks like because I grew up with DuckTales, so sue me. Alternate form. Most of the others are gone now, so I guess I'll go for Black Tauros. Really cool. Best legendary. Probably, yeah. I like futuristic Miraidon because it actually rolls and it's got those cool Tron tails and it looks more like a snake. That's just my preference. And out of all of them, I think the one that just absolutely tickles me the most, that I like the most out of all of them, is probably, it's up there with this guy and Tinkatink, but I just love how happy she is. She's just so happy to have a big bonker. All right, now, favorites overall out of all of them. Let's see, out of all of these, they're very cool, but you can't go past the one that hates you. I love that he hates me. Fire, I love the ghost type fire. Water, I actually quite like Velocipod. Oh, no. Oh, Kabutops. I just love that design, even though it was useless in battle. I just love that design. Grass type, Torterra. I love being able to have a picnic on their back. Electric or Joltik. Joltik always makes me smile. Ice or Glalie or Articuno. The nostalgia factor, shameless. Fighting, Surfetched. I love you, Mr. Surfetched. You are awesome. Poison. I still like the whole poison fighting thing. That's just so cool. Ground. What's probably the coolest ground type? Probably Garchomp. Flying. Best flying overall would probably be... yeah, Corviknight. I just love the whole sort of... Corviknight is just a bit of Skarmory. Psychic. Oh, this is a tricky one. Glalie is cool, but I love Psychic Articuno. I don't really want to put Articuno twice. I guess I really like Mew. Mew just because they're so powerful, they're so gimmicky, and just this whole kind of progenitor Pokemon thing I really dig. And for lack of Arceus, I'll put Mew. Okay, Scyther. That's another nostalgia factor. Can't deny that. Rocks. Probably... yeah, I'm afraid the edgelordiness outweighs Tyrantrum's edgelordiness easily. Ghost type. Banette is cool. Mischievous is cool, but... yep, go for Mimikyu. Normally, I would put Zoroark, but there's the other Zoroark that's coming, so that's still okay. Best dragon type. I like the Ghost Dragon. The Ghost Dragon looks cool. I love the fact that it looks like a stealth bomber because I loved stealth bombers when I was a kid, so I guess that's very particular to me. I like Darkrai, but I cannot not put Zoroark. Then we got Best Steel. I guess Tinkertink would have to go for that. Or Tinkertinker. Oh, whatever. I can't remember what they're called. The happy one. The happy one with the hammer. Bang bang, Maxwell Silver Hammer. Out of all the fairies, I really... I don't even know who I am anymore. Best starter out of all of them, can't go past that. It's just it's too ingrained into my system. Best alternate form. Okay, it's really close between these two and Gengar for that matter. But I just love the shininess of the zips. I love how they had that metallic sheen all over them. It just kind of gives it that extra edge. But I do love the blades on... okay, it's a toss-up, but yeah, we'll go for Mega Gallade. Best legendary. Yep. That would definitely be Lugia. And now best of the best, Sir Zoroark. So cool. Alright, then the team. So, okay, what would my ideal team be from an aesthetic point of view? Well, kind of from an aesthetic point of view, but also something just one of my favorite things to do is that I will put in... I'll put Zoroark first, obviously. Then, what I'll do is I'll put in Mewtwo so that everyone goes, oh great, oh crap, it's a... oh wait, it should be... yeah, that's right. Oh crap, it's a psychic Pokemon. I better use a dark move on it. Oh wait, no. What I should do is a Pokemon that's weak to psychic type moves. So what's weak to psychic? It should be like fighting or something. Let's see. So yeah, okay. Okay, so what we'll do... yeah. So that way they think that it's Surfetched, but it's actually... no wait, this is... oh, yeah. Yeah, they think that it's Surfetched, so they use a psychic move on it, but then it actually has no effect, and everyone's like, what? The what? And that's my one of my favorite things about Zoroark. As for the other ones, not so much about competitive viability, but I do want to get like a wide range of types. So we got Ghost and Fire. That's a good combination. Then we got Garchomp, which is always good because you got to get a ground type. Then let's see, we need a Steel, I think. What do we got for Steel? Yep, Tinkatunk, or whatever it is. And then, what do we have last? We still don't have flying. Do we? Yeah, we don't have flying. And we don't have psychic. So we'll do the flying psychic. Perfect. Just did it again. Okay. So that would be my fun team. Favorite regional bird? Picky Pick, because it turns into Toucanon. Favorite regional mammal? Zigzagoon, because it turns into Obstagoon. Favorite regional bug? Probably... Oh, Caterpie is cute, I'm not going to deny, but yeah, probably the one that turns into the Centaur bug. Pseudo Legendary. Probably Garchomp out of all that. Box Legendary. Yeah, Blue, Mythical. Darkrai. Just double check. Yep. Even though I like Mew, just Darkrai has that edge factor that just pushes it out. Ultra Beast. Wasn't a fan of much of the Ultra Beast, but I love the animation on this one. Paradox Pokemon. I do like the Jigglypuff, but I do quite like the Miraidon a bit more. I just really love that design. Pikachu clone, that's not an issue. Favorite type overall, Dark, easy. Favorite Pokeball, I love the... Oh good, they put it in. I just like the simplicity of this wooden Pokeball. It's just a really nice touch. Favorite evolution, yeah, probably Dark, probably Umbreon. Favorite fossil, Kabutops, just for the look. Regional form. Where are you? Oh yes, obviously Hisuian Sarawak. Really, really ethereal and awesome. Finally, favorite Gigantamax. Yep. So there you have it. None of you, all of you can never ask me what my favorite Pokemon is ever again. I have all the answers in all different forms forever. Thank you all so much. I will see you next time.